Hello. I hope everyone is having a lovely, lovely time zone. It is I, the Frenchiest Fry, your favorite otter, and today we're gonna work on some art, which I haven't done in a hot minute. So, I know I'm already, like, hella slow when it comes to drawing, but, I'm probably gonna be even slower today, to be honest, because it's been a minute since I've drawn anything. Hello, Rocky Mount. How are you? I hope you're having a great time zone. But yeah, we're gonna work on this drawing of me, because for those of you that like haven't been following me for a couple of years, you won't know this, but I have had this like tradition of drawing my Sona, smoking a cigarette for like the past couple of years. And I realized that this year I haven't done it. And I was like, maybe I should draw that at some point. So that's what I'm doing. I will show you the other ones that I did. We did this one. This one. Here's a couple of them. This was the first one that I did. And then this was in, what year was this? 2022. This one was also in 2022, but it was like right before 2023 started. So that's like the 2023 one. And then where's the 2024 one? I did one in 2024 as well. I think this one's my favorite out of the ones that I've done so far. So that was 2023, and then that one was 2024. And then I did one in 2025, but I didn't really like how it turned out as much. So now we're doing 2026, and this time it's a side profile, so we ballin'. I really gotta start doing more art studies. I'd like to up my skill. It just sucks because there's a lot of things that I want to learn and a lot of things I'd like to get better at and spend more time doing, but the things that I want to get better at and spend more time doing require a lot of time and energy. And like lately I find that I have a really big problem where like, and like this might be because I have like undiagnosed ADHD, possibly. I say that I'm autistic and or ADHD because I highly suspect I'm on the spectrum somewhere. But I'm not diagnosed, but I am peer-reviewed, is what I like to say. A majority of my friends are diagnosed on the spectrum, and they're all like, yeah, you're one of us. And actually, recently, one of my friends had convinced me, he's like, you should honestly, like, if you really think that you are on the spectrum, he's like, you should go and get diagnosed. He's like, because then you can become medicated, and then when you're medicated, you'll have a lot easier of a time. And I was like, yeah, like, I just haven't done it, because, like, I'm worried that it'll be, like, life-changing, and that I've wasted, like, all of my life, basically, not having opportunities and such that I should have had. So, it's literally written in my phone calendar as autism appointment, but it's on the 24th of this month, so, I'm, like, kind of excited about it a little bit, also a little bit nervous, because I am worried that, like, I have the kind that is not, able to be medicated for. And if that's the case, then, that means I gotta do everything myself. And I'm not really... Like, I've been doing it, but, I don't know, like, hearing that it's like, yeah, you can't, like, take any medication to help you. I feel like that's gonna be devastating to hear, I fear. But it's fine. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. On the other hand, though, I'm also, like, kind of worried, because, so, like, the reason why I haven't bothered is because my thought process is, like, well, I've managed this far in my, like, I'm almost 30. I've managed 27 years of my life, and I've done relatively okay. And I'm really, like, I know I'm gonna be upset if I take medication, and then it's like, oh wow, like, I could have had this headspace. So, we'll see what happens, though. But, like, I came from, like, a family where it was, like, mental health was, like, not a thing. Like, my mom was very much the type of person to be like, everybody's a little bit autistic. Everyone suffers with this. And then she went and got diagnosed with ADHD or AD. I can't remember if it was ADHD or ADD, but she got diagnosed with one of them, like, a couple of years ago. And she started medication. She's like, wow, this is crazy. I can't believe. And I'm like, sick. So me and all of my siblings suffered for our whole lives. Because so there was, like, a few times back in the day when my older siblings were in high school and they got clocked by their teachers. Their teachers were like, y'all's kids are autistic as fuck. Like, they need to be medicated. And my mom refused because she was like, no, they're fine. They're not autistic. I'm the same way. Which is apparently, like, a very common thing for people that get, like, diagnosed later on in life. So, yeah. We're, that's always fun. But it's okay. It's fine. I feel like perhaps I would have benefited. Like, don't get me wrong. I still feel like if I am able to get medicated, that there's a good chance that it will, you know, change my life for the better. But I feel like I probably could have used medication more as a young child rather than as an adult. Because I feel it's like I've gotten so used to, like, dealing with it. You know what I mean? Like, I've gotten so used to dealing with, like, the TISM, the undiagnosed and unmedicated TISM, that I've just adapted my life around it. So now... So, like, I'm managing a lot better than I was when I was younger, but, yeah, I'm just... I don't know. Automatic always knows what to say. So, I don't know about always, but... I definitely try. How are you doing, Superfanbot? I hope your time zone has been treating you well today. I was kind of in the same boat with depression. So, like, I got diagnosed with depression and generalized anxiety, but I'm realizing now that I'm older that it's probably a symptom of untreated... I don't know if it's ADHD or ADD or what the fuck I have, but, like... something on the autism spectrum. So I fear that it's, like, a symptom rather than, like, the root cause. But I do hear a lot of people, like, with very similar sentiments towards, like, all sorts of mental health struggles. Like, I've heard people with, like, anxiety say that. I've heard people with depression say that. I've heard people on the autism spectrum say that. It's a very common sentiment, apparently. Which is, like, kind of comforting in a way, but then, on the other hand, it's also kind of sad, because it's like, damn, if mental health wasn't so, like, stigmatized, I feel as though, people would be more... willing to seek help for themselves. You know what I mean? But yeah. I'll definitely keep y'all updated on my autism assessment. I'll let you guys know if I pass with flying colors or not. It's a double-edged sword. I don't want to stay untreated, but I don't want to beef up pharmaceuticals either. Yeah, that's kind of this thing with me as well. Like, one thing that I personally don't want is to be having to take like 5-10 pills a day just to function. And then a big part of the reason why I didn't want to be medicated as well is because like, again, I've, you know, dealt with this for 27 years, and while I have struggled, I feel like I've done pretty good for myself, despite being undiagnosed, unmedicated, etc., etc. And what I'm worried about is it's like, oh, you're gonna start taking medication for this, and then it's like, if you miss one day, it fucks you up more than you would be if you had just stayed unmedicated, if that makes sense. I'm lucky it's just the one prescription. I think the reason why I personally am worried about taking like 20 different pills is because my mom has a lot of different health conditions, and she used to take a shit ton of pills. And watching her like take fucking a ridiculous amount of pills to like barely be able to function throughout the day really like turned me off from wanting to be medicated in like any way. But one day my mom just quit all of her pills cold turkey. By the way, don't fucking do that. Terrible idea. If you're taking medication, never ever quit cold turkey. You can seriously fuck your body up depending on what kind of medication you're taking. You should always consult your physician before doing any of that. But yeah, like, seeing the shit that she dealt with, because like the reason why she was taking so many pills is because she was taking one pill for one thing, and then that one pill would give her side effects, so she would take another pill to negate the side effects of the first pill, and so on and so on and so on. And like, just the amount of shit that she had to deal with between like the side effects of the pills and like the doctors, like dealing with the doctors as well, and like the pharmacies. Because for certain things, at least where I live, so for example, like if you're on like morphine, like my grandma takes morphine for her pain because her spine's like disintegrating basically, and it causes her a lot of pain. And like, morphine is a controlled substance, but she got her morphine prescription before it was, like, a whole thing. So, she's able to stay on it, but her doctor at one point was trying to wean her off of the morphine because she was having some, like, shitty side effects from it. And, like, essentially what happened is the thing with controlled substances where I live is if you are taken off of a controlled substance, it's really, really, really hard to get back on it because you have to jump through a whole lot of hoops. Like, it's easier to just stay on it rather than try to wean yourself off of it and then be like, oops, nothing else works, and then try to get back on it. Thankfully, my grandma, like, never fully got off of the morphine. But that is, like, because at a certain point, I think her doctor, like, realized, like, oh, like, this is the only thing that actually works for your pain. Which sucks, because, like, you know, the side effects and all, but I learned that the hard way. It also helps that I'm in a beneficial work environment. Yeah, it definitely helps when you have, like, a good support system, whether that be, you know, your family or like your employer being understanding and willing to accommodate. Like, I miss my old manager from my job when I was a waiter because she was the goat and she understood like mental health struggles before, like when I first started working that job. I tried to quit because I was like, oh yeah, like I can totally handle this. And then they kind of just like threw me on with like very minimal training for a very busy breakfast. And I was like, holy shit, I don't think I can do this. And it got to the point where I was so anxious every time I woke up to go to work that I would feel nauseous. Like I would be like gagging and like throwing up basically. And I tried to quit the job, but my manager was like, no, I see that you have a good work ethic and that like you can definitely do this. Like I believe in you. Like please stay because we like you and we think that you would be a great addition to the team. If it would help you, we can kind of ease you into it and we can put you on some dishwashing shifts and on shorter serving shifts until you get more comfortable. Because the whole gimmick of the place that I was working at is that they didn't have like regular names for the food items. They named them after like famous people. So for example, a liver and onions wasn't called liver and onions, it was called an Anthony Hopkins. Or like they had a chicken Caesar wrap and it wasn't called a chicken Caesar wrap. No, it was called a Robin Williams. So not only do you have to learn the menu, but you have to learn all the fuck-ass names with the menu because most of the, like, some of the people that would come in there would be like, oh yeah, like I just want the chicken Caesar wrap. Or some people would order it by like the actual name. So you had to learn it, and that was like a big like issue for me when I first started there. But I don't have to deal with it anymore because I don't work there anymore. But yeah, I'm excited to see what will happen with the whole autism assessment. I'm curious to see what flavor of autism I have. Oh my god. I'm struggling. I haven't drawn shit. Actually, okay. I'll show you guys the only, like, artistic thing that I've done recently, and I did this very late last night and very hastily. This is my son. He's cunty and beautiful and we love him. Yeah, I did... I don't know. I don't know what to say about this. Cunty strike. That's all I can say. Anyways, that's the only, like, mildly artistic thing that I've created in, like, the past 3 or so. Oh, that's not the only thing. I've created some other cursed items, but, I don't... I don't want to show those ones. Yeah. That's Cunty Strike. He's cunty. And it's a Counter-Strike guy. I'm really funny and smart. I don't know if you guys noticed. If you haven't, then, like, I don't know. Y'all haven't been watching my stream. But, like... oh, goodness. Was that Jimmy yelling? Or was that something in the audio that I'm listening? I don't know. Oh no, I think that's in the music that I'm listening to. Never mind. Which, by the way, once again, I cannot hear the music that you guys are listening to. I can only hear the music that I'm listening to, which is different. Because as much as I love the playlist that I put on for you guys, I just I like listening to my copyright music, and I can't be playing that on YouTube. YouTube will smite me. I'm technically not supposed to play it on Twitch either, but the times that I have, the worst thing that's ever happened is that they mute the parts of the VOD. Goodness. Maybe I should have done like a warm-up sketch or something. I'm gonna try to like render this more nicely. Compared to my other drawings. There's like a rendering style that I would like to attempt. I don't know how it's gonna look, but we're gonna play around with it and figure out some things. I definitely want to do more light studies and such. Like, I have a vague understanding of the basics, but a lot of the time when I'm working on shading for a drawing, I get very lazy and I'm like, I don't want to do all this. I don't want to put all this effort in. Because it's very time consuming to do things correctly when it comes to art. And it's just like, I don't want to do it all the time, you know? Sometimes I do, but sometimes I'm just like, I just want to fucking call the art done. That's why, like, lately I've been just doing a flat color because I don't know. I lose a lot of steam when drawing nowadays, I find. When I was younger, I could draw for, like, I don't know, 6 to 8 hours a day, just no problem. But now I start drawing and then like 30 minutes in I'm like, oh, I'm tired. Water. Drink them if you got them. What's up, Blockbutt? How you doing? Welcome, welcome. I hope your time zone is treating you well. It's been a while. It has been a while. I haven't been streaming a lot. I, like, just got back into streaming. I took, like, I don't know, like 3 weeks, maybe a month off. I don't know. You're good? I'm glad to hear that you're doing well. Anything fun or cool happen in your life? Any Lockbutt lore? That's not the brush that I want. You've been taking a Proco course? What is Proco? I don't know what that is. Either way, it's good to be, like, learning things. Always good. Trying to brush up on your draftsmanship? Oh, like for, like architecture? For drawing. Isn't, like, drafting, like, specifically, like, architecture, though? Maybe I'm a silly goose, but either way. Hell yeah. I'm also trying to get back into drawing. It's a website for art classes online. Oh, okay. Hell yeah. I think it can mean either. Oh, okay, okay. I always thought that, like, draftsmanship was, like, specifically, like, architecture. I don't know, maybe it's because I've only heard people use it for that, but, like, I don't know. I am no English major. I do not know all of the definitions. I feel like I know quite a bit of words, but sometimes I feel like with maybe this is just me, but there's a lot of times where I'll be reading something or like I'll use a word in a sentence and I'm like, did I use that word correctly? And I have to go and double check because the vibe feels correct, but like I don't actually know the definition, so sometimes I have to double check definitions. This week we're learning about lines. Oh, fun. Curved lines versus straight lines, and probably line weight as well. And when to use lines versus when to indicate a line with shading. Maybe. Perchance. Yeah, I gotta fucking do some studies myself. I've been slacking, and it shows in my art, and I'm like, I want to change this. But I've been spending a lot of time recently just, rotting and playing Counter-Strike. Actually, one thing that I'm trying to do is I'm trying to, come up with ideas for Counter-Strike skins. Because you can make a good chunk of money doing Counter-Strike skins. Because Counter-Strike has a thing where you upload like fan-made they upload like fan-made skins to the workshop, and then people vote on them in the community after they're accepted by Valve, and the one that gets the most votes gets added to the game. And you can make a lot of money doing that. And if I get one skin into the game, that's like all of my debt gone. And a nice little like savings for me. So I've been crafting some ideas in my mind. We're not gonna share them on stream. Because I don't want people to steal my ideas, but I do want to do that. That requires me to fuck around in Blender, so like I've been watching a bunch of Blender tutorials. And thankfully, like, because they give the models out, like, it's not like I have to go crazy with like the models or anything. Modeling your own shit is like so much different compared to just texturing something. I've done texturing shit for other stuff before. Albeit not... like, the most that I've done for, like, texturing stuff is, like, Minecraft reskins and all of that. So... But it's, like, kind of same idea. But I Yeah, I've got some ideas. I just have to finalize the rough concepts and then actually do them. Only one way to change it. Oh, I want to get into commission work. Hell yeah. Commissions can be so fun sometimes. I would recommend that if you're going to get into commission work, that you should make a very comprehensive list of things that you're willing to do and things you're not willing to do. And to make a very comprehensive terms of service as well. I actually am updating my, I'm like in the midst of updating my prices and terms of service and such. I haven't uploaded the website yet because I still have to make like a commission sheet, a new commission sheet, because the one that I have right now is fucking ugly, honestly, and there's I want to focus on like mainly the illustration stuff and maybe the pixel stuff. Have a little section for the pixel stuff, and then anything else people can just go look at the website. But I also moved my commission prices / examples from just a Google Docs thing to like a card, which is like a free website builder. So, because I thought that it was a bit sterile looking and like having to click on extra things to get examples and yada yada yada. That's a bunch of extra clicks that most people probably don't want to do. So I'm trying to like streamline it a bit. I also removed a bunch of different options because I looked at my old commission page and I was like, there's a lot of options on here. Somebody that's never bought art before is probably going to be scared off by this. So I am like trying to condense it a lot and yeah, just changing things. I already have a terms of service and a list of things I will and won't do. Hell yeah. I'll consider using card. Yeah, card is nice because it's free. But like obviously there's like a paid version that you can do. And it gives you some more customization options, and it doesn't limit you to how many things you can have. Or I guess it's called like elements is what it is. So when you're building your website, it has like, oh, like here's like a list of elements that you can add, like, oh, a text element, oh, an image element kind of shit. So it's got a lot of that going on. If you have the free version, you can only have so many elements on one website, but it's very... It gives you quite a bit for, like, the free version, I guess, is what I'm trying to get at. But yeah, I like how simple card is. If you actually know how to code, you could also make like a NeoCities. But I'm not very... I don't know code. I can like edit code, like CSS and HTML. HTML I know pretty well, but for like fancy looking stuff like the CSS code, like I don't know how to write that from scratch. And I didn't really feel like watching 800 videos to find out how to do that. But that's also an option. I think the only difference between like pro NeoCities and like free NeoCities is it'll have like a little thing at the bottom where it's like powered by NeoCities. And like probably custom URLs, I'd imagine. That's usually like a premium thing. Oh goodness. I also want to get into making comics. I feel that. I haven't, like, written anything. I haven't written anything for my comics lately, because I have been rotting. Which is fine. There's nothing wrong with rotting. So many things to do. Yeah, I feel that. There's a lot of hobbies that I have and a lot of things that I want to get better at, and all of those things require time and energy and, like, I don't know. Like, I want to get back into shape. I want to watch more anime. I want to get better at Counter-Strike. I want to do 3D modeling. I want to get better at drawing. I want to do a bunch of stuff. But I fear I don't have enough time or energy or discipline to do, like, 90% of the shit that I want to do. There's also stuff that I would do if I had money and or space to do them, such as cosplay. But I live in a teeny tiny apartment, and I have birds, which unfortunately restricts me from doing a lot of different cosplay things, because birds are very, very sensitive to strong smells and fumes, which sucks. So, like, for example, I can't even get, like, certain non-stick cookware, because if I cook with it, it releases fumes and it just kills birds, which, yeah, that's, like, a whole thing. That's why I only have cast iron and, like, stainless steel non-stick. My foot is itchy. Please stop being itchy, foot. Oh, I feel a sneeze coming on. Ugh. Excuse me. What's up, Archie? How you doing? Welcome, welcome. I hope you're having a great time zone. Yeah, I haven't, I had a little bit of a hiatus. I definitely needed the hiatus, though. What am I drawing? I'm drawing a new icon for myself. I've had a tradition since like 2022 where I draw me, my persona. I draw her smoking a cigarette. And I realized, like, last month I was like, oh, like, I haven't done that yet this year. I should do that. So I started doing it. And I figured I would do a side profile this year, because I haven't done a side profile for my profile pictures. Especially, like, the cigarette smoking ones. I have a friend who only draws people smoking. I go to an art school. Hell yeah. There's a lot of, like, artists that will only draw certain things, and, like, I respect the hell out of that. Like, there's one artist that I follow, and he only draws, like, masked male characters. At least as far as I've seen. Like, I don't know, maybe he's had commissions of people asking him to draw other things, but he doesn't post them if he does. But, yeah, I fucks with that. I fucks with artists that have, like, a specific theme to their art. I was one of those artists for a while. Like, when I first started my art journey, all I drew were Sonic characters. That's all I would draw is Sonic characters. And then eventually, like, I branched out more. Mainly because my interest started shifting a bit more. I think part of the reason why I mainly did Sonic art is because I distinctly remember this too, but I was like, I want to draw, like, in an anime style. And then I tried drawing in an anime style, and I was like, this looks fucking ugly. Holy shit. And I couldn't, like, understand why my anime art looked ugly compared to the anime art that I was looking at. Because I didn't understand, like, studying art styles or anything when I was a kid. So I just stuck with drawing Sonic characters. And then eventually I, like, branched out into furry stuff, and then once I was a bit more comfortable, I was like, okay, let's try learning humans again. And then I learned how to draw humans, albeit in an anime art style, which is not, like, super accurate. It's not accurate at all to, like, real life. But, I didn't give a fuck. The funniest thing is she doesn't even smoke. I'm not here to judge. I can't even draw. I'm a theater major. Honestly, sometimes, like, the shit that you draw can be, like, unexpected to other people. Like, there's a lot of jokes about, Junji Ito, who's, like, the author of a bunch of, like, horror manga. And he draws, like, really creepy, just, like, fucked up things. And there's so many memes about him being, like, a super nice guy and, like, just, like, sunshine and happiness. Meanwhile, Miyazaki, the guy, like, the main guy at Studio Ghibli, he, on the other hand, is, like, known to be very depressed and, like, have some very pessimistic outlooks on life. There's a lot of memes about that. But yeah, I've had a little tradition of drawing my character smoking cigarettes the past few years, and I was like, I'm gonna keep that tradition up. I've tried to draw a lot, especially when I was younger, but I kind of gave up. Yeah, it takes, like, forever to learn shit. I've been drawing my whole life, and I still, like... For the amount of shit, for the length of time that I've been drawing, I should be better, but, I didn't really... Like, I'm a self-taught artist, and I didn't really concern myself with learning art fundamentals because I was like, this is stupid. I don't want to draw vases. I want to draw big titty anime cat girls. And now it's kind of like kicking me in the ass because little did I know that drawing vases would help me draw anime tits better, but I didn't know that. And now I know that now. So I do try to do some studies and whatnot, but even then, it is very, very, very time consuming. But, like, it's okay to... I would say it's also, like, okay to recognize that, like, oh, maybe art is not, like, your #1 priority. And that's okay. There's, like, many other types of art, so, like, if drawing is, like, not your stride, then, like, you can do other forms of art, such as theater, which you are already doing. Like, acting and that kind of stuff is its own type of art. I can't act for shit. Good actors are, like, low-key terrifying to me, I'm not gonna lie. Like, what do you mean that you can just, like, cry on command? What do you mean? I mean, I wish I had time, but being a double major in secretary sciences and theater has a lot of work involved. Exactly. Yeah, I can't cry on command. I don't understand how people cry on command. It's fucking wild. Like, I've definitely done, like, stupid bits, with my voice, but, like, half the time I can't keep the fucking... I can't keep the act up for very long. You think about something really sad that hurts your feelings and then make the crying face. I don't know what the crying face is, though. Also, like, I have thought of, like, sad things, but, like, sometimes me thinking about sad things isn't gonna make me cry. For example, there's this one pigeon that was used in World War II, I believe, to deliver very important information. And he got shot in the chest, but he, like, even though he, like, had a hole in his chest, he still, like, got up and delivered the proper, like, the information, and, like, that, like, makes me really sad. But, like, the first time I heard about that, TMI, but, like, I was on my period the first time I, like, heard about that story, and I fucking ugly sobbed. And sometimes I still ugly sob about it, but not always. Like, do you not... Well, obviously I have a face that I hit when I cry, but, like, I don't, you know, I don't fucking look at myself in the mirror when I'm crying, usually. So I don't know, like, what it is. Like, if I were to hit a crying face suddenly, it would be, like, really fucking, like, exaggerated. It would literally just be, like, the fucking emoji, right? Which, some people might be able to pull it off. I can't. Yeah, I don't... that's the thing. Like, I don't tend to look at myself in the mirror a whole lot. The times that I do look at myself in the mirror, it's less so like, oh, like, this expression. You know what I mean? I mean, sometimes I do that for, like, art. Like, there's been times where I'm drawing a, like, specific expression, and then I find that I'm making that expression. But it's not, like, intentional. But, like, if I'm looking in the mirror at something, it's more so to examine, like, anatomy. So, like, whenever I'm struggling with drawing something, what I'll do sometimes is I will... So, like, say, for example, my hand. I'll just put my fucking hand up and I'll, like, inspect it and I'll look at, like, all the different, like, bones and stuff and, like, how they interact with one another and, like, the muscle groups and the shit. So, like, I'll do that. In a way, I do that, but, like, I don't necessarily focus on expression. And, like, even if I did, again, me looking at the expressions that I'm making, and then versus me, like, actually doing the expression is very different. I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense what I'm saying, but my theater classroom has a giant mirror. I think most of them do. Like, anything involving performance arts, save maybe for, like, music performance, probably has a big mirror. Like, when I was in high school, in the drama classes, like, the classroom, they had a big fucking mirror. And that's because they're, you know, doing dances and shit, because they're doing musicals and stuff. Sometimes my theater teacher makes us do our scenes/monologues in the mirror to help make our facial expressions better. Yeah, that would definitely, like, help. I can see why they would get you to do that. What's up, Red Signal? How are you? Welcome, welcome. I hope your time zone is treating you well. Speaking of dances, I have an original dance due next Monday. Good luck with that. I also cannot dance for shit. My feet are not very coordinated, unfortunately. I cannot dance for the life of me. Actually, the only dance that I can do is like the Lethal Company fucking dance. If you even want to call it a dance. Okay. I don't know if anybody else is like chronically online or into the Amazing Digital Circus, but there was this one person who made like a fan song for one of the characters. The fan song is called Jack's Toy. And he did like a little animation with it, and he made Jax do this little dance. And someone on TikTok like did the dance in real life, and then they did like a tutorial on it, and I tried to learn how to do that, and within like the first 5 seconds I was fucking winded, and I was like, I am not fast enough to be doing this. It's very difficult. Like, and like, I understand, like, oh, like, do it slowly at first, but it's like, even doing it slowly, it's like too fast. I have to slow it down by like 300%. And then like, because of like the different like dance moves that they're doing, it doesn't really look right unless if you're doing it at proper speed, and like you can't really do it properly unless if you're doing it at full speed, because it's a lot of like footwork and like hopping around and shit. So yeah, it's not the only TikTok dance I've tried to learn. There's been like maybe one other one, but like all of the ones that I've tried to learn, I can't. Albeit, like, I gave myself maybe like 20 minutes, and then I was like, yeah, I'm good. But I am not as in shape as I once was. I am fine since the last time I was here. My job got a lot better. My coworker doesn't want to kill me anymore, and school is going fine, and I finished one of my punk jackets, and I'm starting a revolution. Hell yeah. Don't tell the government. I don't see nobody. I can dance Hopak, the Russian dance. Or rather, Cossack dance. I don't know. Is that like the one where you're like squatting down and you're like kicking your legs out? I don't know what that is. I'm a good dancer, surprisingly. Hell yeah. I feel like my biggest quality is I am funny. I can also cook pretty well. And bake. I feel like I'm pretty good at cooking and baking. But yeah, I can't dance for shit. I can white girl dance. But even white girl dancing, I'm... even white girl dancing, I can't really do. I used to be better at white girl dancing, you know, when I was younger. But I'm old and rickety now, and I am not. That one, it's a pain in the knees, and one time I like jumped up and managed to break my ankle because I didn't land right. Oof. Yeah, that fucking sounds like it hurts like a bitch. I always wanted to try and like learn how to do that, because I think it would be funny to just like bust that out one day, like go to like a bar or something, or like a little club, and just fucking bust that out on the dance floor. I think that would be super funny. But also, my cardio, not there. My leg strength, not there. So, perhaps one day, when I am not lazy. Give me 1 second. I have a bonnet on right now in real life, and I tied it a little too tight and it hurts my head, so I'm going to loosen this really quickly. I feel like I'm cutting the circulation off to my brain. And by brain, I mean singular brain cell. Now I can feel the blood flow again. Have you ever been awake so long that you just stop feeling tired and at some point just feel numb? Oh, 100%. 100%. Oh, goodness. Oh my goodness gracious. I always tell myself I'll go to bed earlier, and then I never do. I'm like, yeah, I'll definitely do it. I'm a liar. A fraud. A faker, even. I gotta take a shower real quick. Wanted to do that an hour ago, but whatever. I'll return from my watery grave sooner or later. Enjoy your shower. I'm probably gonna take a shower. Maybe tomorrow. Or maybe, I don't know if I want to do it like before I go to bed, or if I just want to do it when I wake up in the morning. I put some oil in my hair to make it grow nice and to make it shiny and beautiful. Because I haven't been oiling my hair lately because I pulled a Britney Spears and I shaved it all off at one point. And I've been letting it grow out. And I'm at like... I'm getting to like young Justin Bieber levels of length now. I'm right in between Justin Bieber / emo boy levels of length and like the Beatles. I will not enjoy it because their water's either always too hot or too cold, but thanks. Oh, okay. Fine, fuck you then. Don't enjoy your shower. Nice. I'm letting my hair fucking do its thing. Go shower! Yelling at my viewers to go shower. Yeah, go wash your stinky armpits, bro. Come on. I can smell you through the screen. That's disgusting. Fucking northern English accents are so funny, bro. That's disgusting. You're depressed in the shower now. Don't blame me for your depression. I am not responsible for your feelings. I'm only responsible for my own feelings. Thank you very much. Such a nice mood here. Go shower! All in good fun, right? I don't know, is it? Yes, it is. Go shower. Average otter viewer, stinky. Doesn't shower. Alrighty, we're making good progress! Yippee! I gotta add the little cheek marks. Those are important. I don't know why I decided to give myself Ash Ketchum cheek marks, but I was like, ah, well, fuck them. I think it's because, like, the other characters that I have already have, like, the cute, just, like, 2-line cheek marks, so I was like, I will do something different. Okay, where's my... Where's my flipping lip? Where is it? Am I blind? Yes, I am. Okay, I will also be right back real quick, actually. I'm gonna... That's a... I'm gonna stretch a little bit, and I'm gonna maybe get a snack. Hello. I'm back. Unsupervised chat, no one can stop us now. Mods are asleep post fat beagle. I'm eating pizza. A slice of pizza. That VTuber chair looks so realistic. Just because it is. How's Chris and Abby doing? Hopefully you guys are doing well. I needed a quick break to eat a bit of something. I only had ramen today. Well, now I've eaten some pizza. I ate a piece of pizza really quick. I snarfed it down and then I went and harassed Jimmy a little bit. What's up, Abby? How you doing? Oh, that's not... There we go. Good, exams ended? Hell yeah. What about me? You know, just chilling. I didn't really get around to doing much today. I've been basically rotting and taking care of Jimmy, because Jimmy's sick right now. So I went to the store and I picked up some more meds for him, and I got his inhaler. I don't even know. I think he's got like a man cold or something. But he was like, I think it's COVID. But I don't think it's COVID, mainly because if it was COVID, he probably would have gotten it sooner, because there was a COVID outbreak at my work a while ago. I want to get a tablet, but see, here's the thing. First is it's online. Second, it's 2K plus. Yeah, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money no matter like what currency, like 2,000 of whatever current, unless if you're in like Japanese yen, in which case that's not that much, but I'm back. I've cleansed myself, thou otterness. Hell yeah, welcome back. no longer stinky. Oh yeah. We're in here coloring. I also ate a piece of pizza because I was feeling a little peckish. So I was like, I think I will eat a slice of pizza. 2K plus Malaysian ringgit. I don't know what the conversion rate is on that for, like, Canadian dollar, but tablets are generally, like, pretty expensive. A friend just called me, mind you, it's 5 AM here, to tell me he found a nickname for me, 𝚁𝚃𝚁𝚃𝚃, because I apparently look like 𝚁𝚃𝚀𝚀. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his last name correctly, but... And I'm a hardline communist. Well, I guess we'll have to see if the nickname sticks or not. Alright. Oh my god, help. I don't know what you want me to do. Oops. You kind of like it though? Well, then spend the money. I work 5 nights at Freddy's ass job, man. I work in an indoor playground and basically watch the kids, clean up after them, etc. And our mascot is a bear, and I'm convinced my boss is the purple guy. Well, that's not good. Do I smoke? No. Okay, so I've smoked cigarettes before. Do I smoke them regularly? No. I have smoked them from time to time. I think the aesthetic of them is cooler than a vape. So if I am going to ever smoke nicotine, I would rather smoke a cigarette. I used to smoke weed quite a bit, but I do not have money for it currently, so I have not been smoking at all. Party smoker? I don't go to parties. That's bold of you to assume that I get invited to parties. I don't, like, smoke cigarettes a whole lot. There's been, like, very few days where I'm like, man, I could really use a fucking cigarette. You do you, man, you do you. Yeah, I just haven't had money to smoke weed. It is a luxury item, and unfortunately I can't afford luxury items at the moment, so... I don't go to parties. It's not that I'm, like, opposed to going to parties, but I don't get invited to any. And, like, even if I did, I would have to be, like, in the mood for it. I don't... Like, I don't go to, like, oh, like, a fucking wild house party with, like, a bunch of strangers that I don't know. Like, I don't... If I'm going to a party, like, I'd rather go to a party with people that I actually know. And I'd rather it be, like, a smaller party. Like, the big house parties that you see in movies are not something that necessarily interests me. Oh. I smoke the smoke cigs, the brand Chi named after Communist Revolution Chihuahua, and they taste good. And sometimes I smoke cigars or cigarillos. Weed I really smoke because one time I had psychosis from it. I felt like I was dying and screamed. That sucks. Except some people on YouTube and Discord. Yikes, what an awful experience. I don't go to parties either. I meant, like, where I come from. Party smoker is just someone who smokes with people and rarely alone because the people, mostly friends, smoke themselves. Doesn't have to be a party. Yeah, like, I don't really go out of my way to smoke cigarettes. I don't really have a preference. Like, I don't smoke... I've smoked, like, maybe 3 cigarettes in my entire life. And, like, only one of those times was where I actually smoked the whole cigarette. The first time I took a hit off of a cigarette was when I was very young. I was like, I don't know, maybe 7, I think. And my mom had left her cigarette in the ashtray, and then she went to the bathroom, and like, you know, when you're a kid and you see your parents doing things, you're like, what is this all about? So I took a puff off of it, and then I was like, this kind of sucks, and then I didn't like do anything else with it. And then I was in grade 8, and I went to Canada's Wonderland, which for those of you who aren't from Canada, it is an amusement park with roller coasters and the like. And I went with my older sister and her friends who were in high school, and her one friend offered me a cigarette, and I smoked it in its entirety. And I was just kind of like, I mean, it's aight. Like, it was aight. If I get invited somewhere, I would just hide in the corner. I'm too introverted for that. Whoops. What is anatomy? I don't know, don't ask me. Also, hello, Grass finds you. I hope you are having a good time zone. What's my minimum wage? That's a great question. I think it varies by province. I don't know, let's see. Federal minimum wage, Canada. If I'm not mistaken, it's 1750 Canadian, I believe. Apparently our federal minimum wage is set to rise again on April 1st, 2026, which is really funny. Oh, sorry. Federal minimum wage is, like, not even, like, actual minimum wage. Hang on. Minimum wage database, Canada. Minimum wage database. It depends on, like, what kind of employment. Let's see. Special categories within a different minimum wage can include students under the age of 18 in 2 provinces and some occupations. So, like, for example, agriculture will have a different minimum wage. And you'll also not have as many workers' rights if you're working for agriculture. Let's see. Current and forthcoming weight. Okay, so federal minimum wage in Canada is $17.75 an hour, Canadian. An employee should be paid at least the federal minimum wage if the minimum wage of the province or territory where the employee usually works is higher than the federal minimum wage. The employer is to pay the higher minimum wage. In Ontario, where I live, it is $17.60 an hour. But certain provinces have lower ones. Like Alberta's $15 an hour. Making Otter do legal research, yeah. That's like 11 euros. Here in Germany, it's 14 euros, which would be around 22 Canadian dollars. That's about what I make at my job. And, like, it's not enough. Especially because now that with my current pay, like, I'm in a different tax bracket, so more of it gets taken away from taxes than when I worked minimum wage. Oh, that's not very... That's too... There we go. That's about right. Yeah, I know. I do not have the energy to do all that right now. I'm just trying to, like, I'm just trying to fucking, like, have enough energy to wake up during the day. Also, the problem with Revolution... I was actually talking to Chris about this last night. Because while I agree that Revolution is, like, the only way for change to actually happen, unfortunately, those that are AFAB are going to suffer the most. With, you know, terrible things like rape and sexual assault. Because when you're overthrowing a government, that means that there's no laws, and there's a lot of fucked up people. Also, it's a lot harder to arm yourself in Canada than the States. I may not even be able to get my gun license because of the fact that I have been diagnosed with depression and anxiety, so they might not even do that. But I agree, change needs to be made, and Revolution is the only way. But yeah, I have a lot of mixed feelings about things, and yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to focus on not losing my sanity. People aren't gonna vote for socialist stuff because they are scared of the word. I fear propaganda works very well. So, yeah. Do I want to do this? Here, not as much, since it's actually either you vote very far left or very far right. I think it's partly just because of the, like, hair. The hair is, like, covering part of it. It does look a bit weird, but whatever. I have shit posture in real life anyway, so... The sketch kind of shows it better because I actually, like, did the underlining part, but... I definitely shrimp, so it's not inaccurate. I fear I just have dog shit posture. I kinda am dookie at art. And sometimes when you're dookie at art, things look weird. Which is fine. Do I want to do this? No, I changed my mind. We're not gonna do that. That's too much. However, what I will do is... add these bitches. It looks so nice in this one, and then I'm just like, I fucking hate Leif in this one. Which is fine though, it's what I was going for. Actually, if it's like... let's try to like think a little bit while we draw. No, because it's like... I don't know. I have congenital kyphosis because I'm too dumb to sit correctly. I sit like a shrimp, so... I had a friend in high school who used to scold me for my bad posture because he's like, you're gonna have to wear a back brace if you keep sitting like that. And I'm like, I don't fucking care. I'll probably care in like 5 more years when I'm like old and crusty. Well, older and crustier. But, yeah. Ugh. Same. Nah, but bro, this was a real one for that. Yeah, like, he was alright. He was alright. He also did some other, like, kind of fucked up things, but, like, I don't want to get into that. What you see on the dating app versus when you actually meet them in real life and they're crusty. What am I doing? I will fuck around with that later. We're just gonna steal the fucking bra color. Oh, I watched a documentary about Rob Ford the other day. You had a wild oh my god. Yeah. He's something else. Too bad his, like, brother is, like, super evil. He's, like, extra evil. And, he's unfortunately the premier of Ontario. I hate it because, like, I don't trust any politicians. My tinfoil hat theory is that all politicians are, like, bot opposition. And I don't trust voting because it doesn't matter what you say your values are, you are able to be corrupted by greed. So, yeah. That's my tinfoil hat theory for the day. Well, Toronto did. Dang, I didn't even know that. Yeah. Rob Ford. He was the mayor of Toronto for a while. He's dead now, but he was like a crackhead and did a bunch of crazy shit. Someone told me that I should get into politics, and I was like, I don't want to fucking deal with that. Like, theoretically, it's funny because, like, my immediate reaction to that, somebody saying that, is like, well, I'm a high school dropout, but then I remember that, like, a lot of other politicians are also high school dropouts and also just, like, uneducated as fuck. But, yeah. For chat's benefit, when Otter says he was a crackhead who was literally on camera smoking crack. Yeah, like when I say that, I'm not exaggerating. Yeah, most of them are evil as fuck, yeah. I threw up yesterday after reading the files. It's so fucking vile that it made me sick. Yeah, I've been hearing a bit of stuff about that, but for my own mental health, I am not gonna do a deep dive into things because there's too many awful things going on in the world. I try to stay vaguely aware of things to a point where, like, I kind of know what's going on, but I don't try to deep dive into anything because I will literally, like, have a breakdown, and I can't afford to do that at the moment, so I'm just trying to focus on not losing my shit entirely. Yeah, I've been watching, like, a couple of other people cover certain things in it, and, like, the things that have been covered are vile, and I'm sure that there's even more awful things in them, but I'm definitely not gonna go and read them myself by any means. I don't think that would be good for me. Because the fact that there are, like, therapists and stuff, and, like, people who work for the FBI and who have to review those files, and they're, like, getting literal PTSD from it, it's like, I would rather not. I have enough mental issues. I don't need to add more onto that. Oh, I already, like, before the Epstein files ever came out, I already knew that that was, like, what should be happening. I didn't need proof that they were all terrible fucking, like, I don't even want to call them humans because they're fucking, I don't want to associate with them, but, yeah. It's fucked. To put it lightly. I remember on one of my first times being here, he genuinely said the rich people should be shot. They should be. Absolutely, they should be. No one person needs like $1 billion, let alone multi-billions of dollars. So, and I'll stand by that. And I understand it's not necessarily, you know, like there's a lot of people and systems that are complicit in allowing that kind of greed, but yeah, I don't know, it's just, it's all fucked, and yeah, so there's some people that I would like to have a lovely chat with, but I'm never going to have that opportunity, so yeah. I don't know about Nikolai II enough to have an opinion on that. I don't know what I would label myself as politically. I think politicians should get fucked, and I think that people need to be more empathetic to one another. Alexander the Great colonized the fuck out of so many places. I don't know if we should be looking up to him. Generally speaking, anybody doing colonizing is a fuckhead. Colonization is, like, not a good thing. In fact, the colonialist mindset is what allowed capitalism to become such an issue. I don't know, Red. Yeah, the fucking Brits did that too, but like look at what happened because of that. I don't think we should be like glorifying any like conquerors or anything like that. We shouldn't be glorifying them personally. And the only reason why I say that is because I have been listening to a lot of like indigenous creators in particular, and the more that I learn about how colonialist mindset like fucks over so many people, similarly to how like the patriarchy harms men, colonialist mindsets also harm the colonizers as well. So that's what I'll say on that. But yeah, I would rather not idealize colonizers of any sort. Yeah, like he's an interesting character, I suppose, an interesting historical figure, but past that, I don't want to I don't want to be encouraging that kind of shit. Especially, like, considering all of this shit going on currently. I don't know. It just doesn't feel right. Yeah, Germany's not the only place that's happening. Because their brains are literally built different. They have a different moral core. Entirely. That's unfortunate that that happened. That's also, like, a risk that you're taking by wearing that kind of stuff. Not saying that they were, like, justified by any means, but, yeah, if you're, like, in an area where those people could be, and you're wearing stuff like that, that is definitely, like, a way to get fucked up. In the same way that a lot of people who are a part of the LGBT are no longer announcing that they are a part of it. I hope you recover quickly, though. Unless that, like, happened in the past, which I'm assuming that it did. But, yeah. That is definitely a risk that you take by being open about your opinions. Yeah, maybe. Usually when I read, it's reading for escapism purposes. Sometimes I'll read for educational purposes. It depends on if the topic interests me enough, but... Just gonna lurk around. Alright. It happened last week, and I really just felt annoyed, but also quite happy that it pisses off just the right people and things like that. I risk willing to take to state obvious things. Fair enough. Well, I hope you heal quickly then. But yeah, as long as you're aware that, like, that is a risk that you're taking. Similar to, like, that one fucking... you've probably seen this. I know Chris seen this, but, there's a high school student going around being like, I support ICE, which is, like, the, immigration police in America. And, one of the other high school students was like, I'm gonna punch you in the face for that. And he's like, well, you're gonna get in trouble. And then the other guy's like, okay. And then he fucking knocks the shit out of him. It goes both ways, is what I'm trying to get at there. How do I... Yeah. I'm aware. Yeah, that's fair. The drawing is very cool, thanks. I'm trying to figure out how to do shit. I don't remember how to draw anymore. Because it's been a while. How did I make my taskbar look cool? It's fake. That's how it looks cool. It's not my real taskbar. It's just a stream asset. See? I can take it away. Oh man, that's sad. Otter lied to us. It's fucking... They were fake? Of course they were fake! No, yeah, I modeled it after, like, Windows 96, I think. Old-ass Windows is what I modeled it after. But yeah, it's fake. Top 5 anime betrayals. Pre-order windows, yeah. Pre-order windows. Mm, 27. I was born in 1998. I have a late birthday, though. Also, I never understood why asking somebody's age is rude. That always struck me as, like, stupid. To me, asking somebody's age is like asking, like, I don't know, their height. For once, I thought I am older than someone else. I don't know why, but I am always... but I am somehow always the youngest, no matter where. I don't understand it either, but I guess old world habit. Yeah. I don't understand that. I'm really short though, not comically short, but short for a guy at least. I don't know what the average height for... I don't know. What the fuck is going on here? Oh, I know what's going on. It's because this is fucking on. I'm a little bit shorter than you. Do I play games? If so, do you like Resident Evil? If so, did you play Resident Evil 9 already? Yes, I play games. No, I haven't played Resident Evil 9. Jimmy got it with some Steam money that he got from selling Steam inventory, so I've seen a little bit of gameplay. Leon looks hot in that game, so that's cool. I'm currently playing through the first game, the remake, and I've been playing through it on stream for a while. Oh, that's one of my faves. I must come more regularly, but sadly time has been kind lately. My first Resident Evil was the Resident Evil 1 remake on the Switch, actually. Yeah, I've had the Resident Evil remake for a while, and like there was a few other times where I had started playing it on stream, and then I would take like a month-long hiatus, and then I would come back and I'd be like, I don't remember what the fuck I'm doing. But I've been trying really hard to push through it and like stay somewhat consistent, or like if I'm not staying consistent with streaming, I'll like write down notes for myself so that next time I play I know what I'm fucking doing. Because that's the biggest reason why I haven't finished it, is I would just forget what I was doing and where I was going and like what, yeah, so. I feel like I'm almost done that game though. I'm currently in the tunnels with like the boulders, the Indiana Jones boulders, and I killed the big spiders. I think the last thing that I did was combine the two pieces of the drive shaft together. Oh, that's not what I want. I'm also playing Persona 4 Golden on stream. I've been playing Persona 4 Golden for a minute. I don't know how far along I am in Persona 4 Golden, but I feel like I'm a decent chunk of the way through the game. Yeah, I feel that my soul Resident Evil 1 is insane when it comes to not giving you a single hint where you left off. Yeah, it doesn't help that I have, like, dog shit memory. I'm sorry I come here so rarely. Time is just not my assignment. I fall asleep in the middle of the day and I have to miss your streams. Thing is, I can't really plan. You're fine. I stream inconsistently, so... I don't have a streaming schedule. I stopped doing streaming schedules because every time I made a stream schedule, I would not stick to it anyways, so I stopped having schedules. And I just stream when I want. I try to stream like 4 times a week. Usually like 2 game streams and 2 art streams, but I'm inconsistent, so. But like if you ever do miss a stream, like all of my stream VODs are still on my YouTube. So if you are ever like, damn, I missed an otter stream, but I wish I was there, that's also an option. That's actually part of the reason why I started streaming on YouTube to begin with. Because like Twitch has stream VODs, but they only keep them for so long. So I used to like actually make YouTube videos as well at one point, but editing videos takes a long time. And I fear that Let's Plays are not as popular as they once were. So I think people enjoy like live gameplay rather than edited. Unless if you were around and like have an established viewership already. I kind of want to stream too, but I would mostly just ramble about my fantasy world I am making flags for said world and writing lore, drawing animals. I mean, some people would probably watch that. I mean, hell, like, I don't do anything fucking special in my streams and people still watch me, so... My only advice is if you're getting into streaming, don't go into it being like, I want to make money off of this. Go into it because you enjoy doing it. Because one thing that personally turns me, and I know also turns a lot of other people off from, like, certain streamers and, like, watching them, is because it's very evident that the only reason why they're streaming is because they want money. And, like, there's nothing wrong with wanting to do it as, like, a, like, content creation as, like, a career. There's nothing wrong with that inherently, but when it's very obvious that it's, like, the only reason why you're doing it, then, people pick up on that, and it can be off-putting. Difference is you were cool and I'm not. I'm not fucking cool. Buddy, I don't ever leave my apartment unless if I have to work or get food. I'm just a person on the internet. I don't do anything. I stream partly because it helps keep me productive. If I am just drawing off stream, there's a big chance that I get distracted by stuff. Like, I'll get distracted messaging people, or I'll get distracted, doing other shit. So when I start streaming and I'm like, oh, somebody might be watching me, it helps me lock in a little bit more. But you seem chill and you can draw very well. It's genuinely fun being here. It's quite a very nice feeling just being here. I'm actually a crash out. I hate to like break the immersion, but I'm a hater at heart and I crash out. I try not to be that way on stream because it is off-putting. But yeah. Thank you for the compliment on my art though. But I'm just here. Otter is personally victim. This is correct. Chris can attest to my haterhood. He's heard me go on many hateful rants. I have apparently put my hand on the hornet's nest. Otters have sharp teeth. You don't stick your hand in the otter enclosure. The times that I crash out the most is when I'm playing Counter-Strike 2, and that's because some of the people on that game are miserable and they deserve to be crashed out on. Generally speaking, I try to be nice, but if I encounter someone that's toxic, I will be toxic back, 100%. I said some pretty abhorrent things the other day to, a sexist gentleman on the game. He was, just being miserable, and, I said some things that would probably get me banned. But it involved, 3 little words. Multiple times. and a bit and like slightly more specific. I won't repeat what I said, but yeah. Michael, don't leave me here! Michael! Just that's my opinion that you were cool. I don't know. I think you should reassess what you consider cool. What the fuck? Oh my god, this is a weird version. So as y'all know, I am not listening to the same music that y'all are listening to, but the song that I'm listening to is a song from a musical called Little Shop of Horrors. And, wow, I haven't heard this version of the song, and the guy that's singing this version of the song sounds like Leon Kennedy. It sounds like a more pathetic Leon Kennedy. That's crazy. Hitting on idiots is literally nothing bad. Oh, I'm aware of that, but I've definitely done and said some things that perhaps should not have been said. Why is this just Leon Kennedy? Hang on, I have to send this to Jimmy. This is bugging me now, I gotta send this to him. Jesus. Genuinely, as someone who crashes out easily too, I totally get that. Otherwise, you're good at sure, but it doesn't mean it wasn't justified in a tiny way. No one is perfect. Oh, no, so here's my thing. Like, I'm a crash out, but I know I'm valid with my crash outs. Okay, I gotta send this to Jimmy. Because this just sounds like Leon Kennedy singing, which is crazy. Here's Jimmy. Yeah, but like, I'm not saying that I'm uncool because of my vices. I'm uncool because I don't fucking, like... When I think of cool, I don't think of somebody that sits in their apartment drawing gay little characters. When I think cool, I think of somebody that, like, I don't know, does backflips off of Mount Fuji or some shit. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. I will not accept anything. Drawing is cool if you, like, can actually draw. I unfortunately cannot actually draw. I just close my eyes and I hope for the best. I fear. You want me to show you people that can actually draw? Where's... Here we go. He can actually draw... This person can actually draw. This person can actually draw. There's lots of people that can actually draw. I am unfortunately not one of them. I lack a lot of fundamental practice. That doesn't mean that can't change, but as it stands. I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to art. That's why when people come in and they're like, "How do you do this?" I'm like, "I don't fucking know. Don't ask me. Why the fuck would you ask me?" I can't draw shit. What the fuck? What is Jimmy getting loud about? What's up, Name? How you doing? Big hair, yes. Big hair. This is rage bait. It's not rage bait. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. If I knew what the fuck I was doing, I'd be able to explain shit better. But I can't. Because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just redoing things until I'm like good enough, and then that's it. I'm just here, dude. I don't know what I'm doing. I fear if I, like, actually knew what I was doing, I'd be improving a lot more steadily. And a lot more quickly. That's on me for not, like, studying stuff properly, though. Sadly, I have to part now. School's aggressively calling my name. Okay, have fun at school. Thanks for hanging out. Just so you know, that one streamer you told me how to practice drawing helped me a lot, so for your own good, be proud of yourself. I'll be proud of myself for other things, but I'm glad that whatever I said helped. I don't remember what I said, but... Oh, you're good. You didn't come off as weird or anything. I was messing with you. Because I'm mean on evil. Alright, see you later. Oh, I think I'm running out of steam for art anyways. I got a good chunk of progress on this done anyway, so I think I'm comfortable with calling it a stream once I fix this area here. Yeah, I was able to actually like stay focused this stream instead of Googling 80 different unrelated things. So I will leave off here for now, and then tomorrow, as long as I'm not like super tired and like dying to death, perhaps I will be streaming some more art tomorrow. So, with that, I bid everyone farewell. Thank you for joining me tonight. It was lovely as always. I will see you guys next time. In the meantime, stay safe, peace, and have a great rest of your night. Bye-bye!